I've been holding this in for a while, and I honestly don't know where else to put it. I'm not even sure if I want advice, or if I just need to write it all out somewhere people might understand. My head's been spinning since this all happened, and I can't seem to focus on anything else. I worked for a mid-sized company for a little over 4 years. Nothing fancy, just a financial services type business that dealt with payments, high-volume accounts, lots of compliance checks, that sort of thing. I was the compliance officer, which basically meant I was the boring guy who had to constantly nag about rules, audits, and making sure nobody accidentally put us in the kind of trouble that could shut everything down. Most people rolled their eyes at me but respected me enough because they knew if we didn't follow the rules the payment processor would pull the plug and then we'd all be out of jobs. The funny thing is I never even wanted the job at first. I just fell into it. I started in operations, did well, and when the original compliance officer quit they offered me the role because I had a good reputation for being detail-oriented. I thought I'd hate it, but I grew to actually like it. There's a certain satisfaction in knowing you're the one making sure the entire thing doesn't collapse. It's stressful, but at least you can look yourself in the mirror and know you're doing something important. Everything was fine for a long time. We had inspections, reports, random reviews, all the normal headaches. I built good systems, trained the team, even kept us clear of some questionable deals management wanted to push through. That's where the problems started. Management hated being told, no, and I said it a lot. Sometimes I felt like the only adult in the room while the rest of them were chasing quick profits. A couple months ago we had a leadership change. The new CFO came in and right away I could tell he thought compliance was just red tape. He made little comments in meetings about how we'd move a lot faster if we didn't have to babysit compliance, and how risk is part of growth. I tried to be diplomatic and explain that risk in our line of work doesn't mean losing money, it means losing the entire business. He brushed me off. Then one day I got called into HR and told my position was being eliminated. Just like that. 4 years of keeping everything above board, hours of staying late during audits, all the times I stuck my neck out to stop something shady, gone. They said it was restructuring, but I knew exactly what it was. The new leadership didn't want someone like me slowing them down. I won't lie, I was devastated. I didn't even get much of a chance to say goodbye to my team. I went home that night feeling like I'd been punched in the stomach. I kept replaying it over and over, wondering if I'd been too rigid, if maybe I could have softened my approach and kept my job. My wife told me I did the right thing and that I'd find something better, but in the moment all I could think was that they tossed me aside like trash. About 2 weeks later, I was still applying for jobs and feeling sorry for myself, when I got a phone call. It was from someone at our payment processor. At first I thought they were calling to confirm some documentation I might still need to hand over, but that wasn't it at all. The rep basically asked me what was going on at the company. I told him I'd been let go and didn't really know. He said, "That explains a lot." Apparently after I left, the company started pushing transactions through that raised flags almost immediately. Suspicious amounts, unusual accounts, patterns that looked like laundering. Without a compliance officer to flag it internally, the processor's systems picked it up. He didn't tell me everything, obviously, but he made it clear they were investigating and the company was on thin ice. I just sat there stunned. Everything I had warned them about, everything I tried to prevent, it all started happening the moment I was out of the way. The rep didn't outright say it, but I got the impression the account might even be suspended if they didn't clean it up fast. And without that payment processor, the business is dead in the water. After I hung up, I had this weird mix of emotions. Part of me felt vindicated, like I hadn't been crazy all those times I said no. I wasn't being difficult, I was protecting them. But another part of me felt sick, because I know people who still work there, good people who just want to pay their bills, and they could lose their jobs because the executives were too arrogant to listen. I keep thinking back to that last day. The CFO shaking my hand, fake smile, telling me, "This isn't personal." I remember feeling small, like I was the problem. But now I see it so clearly. They didn't want a compliance officer. They wanted a rubber stamp. And when I wouldn't give it to them, they shoved me out the door. It's such a strange thing, to know you were right but to still feel hollow about it. I'm glad I stuck to my principles, but it doesn't change the fact that I'm unemployed and wondering how to cover bills while I wait for something new to come through. It also doesn't change the fact that people I care about may lose their paychecks because leadership-decided rules don't apply to them. I haven't told anyone in detail about the call except my wife. She hugged me and said, "You did everything you could. This isn't on you." I know she's right, but I still lie awake at night replaying conversations, thinking about all the times I could have handled it differently. It's been weeks now and I still check the company news every morning, half expecting to see a headline about them losing their processing account. Nothing yet, but I know it's coming. It's like waiting for a storm you can see on the radar, but nobody else is paying attention to. Writing this all out makes me realize how much I've been carrying around. I keep wondering what lesson I'm supposed to take from it. That sticking to your values costs you. That sometimes being right doesn't matter. Or maybe that I should trust myself more, because I wasn't crazy. I was just inconvenient to people who didn't care about the rules. I don't know what happens next. I'm scared but also strangely at peace knowing I didn't compromise. I'm job hunting and trying to keep faith that someone out there will value what I bring. And if that company goes down, well, maybe it'll be a reminder to others that compliance isn't just paperwork. It's survival. For now, I just needed to get this off my chest.